Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Be Brave, Be You. I'm Liz Baromo. So I wanted, in my last video that I took outside, I know the sound was not very good and some of you were not able to hear me at all. So I just wanted to kind of recap a little bit about what I was talking about. During the holiday season, sometimes, we see a lot of cheer, a lot of happiness, a lot of people loving each other. It's a time to give and love, right? It kind of resembles the time of, when Jesus Christ was born. He came here to give us life, to give us love. And it's a really nice season. You just sense that people are, sometimes more loving, more caring for each other. You kind of sense that, but sometimes it doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes the holiday season is the season when most suicides happen. A lot of people get depressed. They start getting melancholic about loved ones that they have lost. I know I do. Sometimes I remember my dad during the holiday season. Many times, a lot of times, I think about the different things that we used to do together. And, it's really close to my heart. And, it's a time that sometimes you do get melancholic about, someone that's so close to you. So I want to share with you a little bit about what I was saying in the other video. I help elderly people. I'm a supervisor for home care aides in the daytime. And so during one of my home visits with one of my clients, I came in, just saying like, oh, hi, Mrs. So-and-so. I'm here for a home visit. And so I started asking her, just routine questions, going through my list. And all of a sudden she starts crying on me. I didn't know what to do, but I just tried to uplift her. She started crying and saying, you know what, I know I'm supposed to not be crying, but this season is very hard for me. I lost my mom, not so long ago, and I miss her so much. And she just started crying, in front of me. Like, I really don't know her, to that level. Like, we really don't talk that much. But it was just shocking to me, like how a person that doesn't really know me, she just opened up to me. And I always see that as a compliment, when people just open up to me and they start talking to me and sharing their life story. And, I'm like, I don't know, but I guess that's a good sign. And, and so I just encourage you to reach out to those people that you haven't talked to. You never know how they're doing. Just one act of kindness goes a long way. That's just a little recap about what I was talking about in the other video. And but today's topic is on the Be Brave series conversation is choosing your friendships. So that was one of the topics that, one of you had mentioned that I speak about. So how do you choose your friendships? That's not a very easy question to answer, right? But I'll give you my spin on it. Basically, when you're choosing your friendships, think about 3 or 4 different things. How do you feel around them? How often do they reach out to you? Watch, how is your behavior around them? What do they cause you to do? All those different things. What are those things that happen when you're around them? So first, let's tackle the first one. How do you feel around them? Do they uplift you? Do they encourage you? Are they there for you? Do you get happy? Do you get sad? Are you trying to impress them? Do you feel not yourself? Like, if they wear something, a certain way, do you start kind of wearing that same thing that certain way too? Think about all that stuff. True friendships, you don't have to impress. You don't have to, assimilate like them. You could be yourself all the time, right? Are you trying to feel, do you try to fit in with them and versus kind of giving your own opinion to things? These are all things, these are all signs that you have to kind of watch out for. How often do they reach out to you? Do they text you? Do they give you a phone call, here and then? Think about all those things. How often do they reach out to you? It could even be on Facebook. Nowadays, we have social media. Sometimes they could private message you, just to post something nice and tag you. Those are all signs of, how they're reaching out to you. I'll share a little brief story too about that. I know someone that's very close to me, and she recently told me that all of her friends got together and they all pitched in to provide a cleaning service for her. I was really impressed. I was really impressed by that. How they all pitched in to try and help that person out and just make her life easier. Those are things that you appreciate. Sometimes it could be just, one act of kindness, like, oh no, don't worry about it, I got it. That's their way of showing appreciation to you. So, that's the second thing. The third thing, watching your behavior around them. Are they adding to your life or are they subtracting to your life? What do I mean by that? Remember that, the people that you surround yourself with, pretty soon you're going to be that. If you have 4 different people around you, and they're all positive, they're encouraging you, and you're that fifth person is going to become, you're going to become like that person. You're going to, want to start, if they start praying, you're going to want to start kind of, get curious and start praying maybe with them. If your group of friends like to drink a lot, pretty soon you're going to fall into getting one cup of liquor or 1 cup of wine or whatever. Pretty soon you'll start doing it too. So it really depends on who you have around, your circle of influence, your circle of friends, right? So that could be, they could be subtracting to your life or adding to your life, right? Of course, we all have different type of friends. We have our friends that we kind of hang out with, our friends that we, have intimate conversations with. We could have friends that, they're just kind of social friends that we kind of see, often on and off. And, so it depends on who you have. But consider this, who would you like to be around you? Someone that's, encouraging you, making you feel better, is making, maybe pushing you, getting you uncomfortable, because getting you uncomfortable is not necessarily a bad thing. If they're getting you uncomfortable and pushing you, let's say, to do that business that you always wanted to do, that's a good friend, right? Or let's say if it's a friend, let's say if you're, having trouble with, let's say you're becoming an alcoholic and you don't know how to stop. And that friend, that positive friend always comes to you and tells you, you know what? You're not going to go out tonight. You're going to stay inside. You're not going to have a drink at all. You might get uncomfortable, right? Especially if you're getting used to drinking. But that person that's getting you uncomfortable enough, that's a good friend too, right? So watch the behaviors that happen around them, right? The fourth one would be, do they like you when you're mad, sad, or happy? Watch out for that fourth one too, because there's friends that might come to you when it's convenient for them, right? Whenever they need you. So you learn to kind of, understand when they're needing you. When, are they coming to you only when you're happy and cheery and doing it, being your best and becoming successful, or are they also there when you're crying, when you're having a breakdown, someone passes away in your family. Watch out for all those things, how they react to those things with you. So I hope that kind of helps with choosing your friends. Just kind of keep in mind, that friendships are not easy, but it's very easy to become a friend of someone else. But choose your friendships based on who you are and what you value. That's what I would recommend. So I hope this helps you. I do wish you a Merry Christmas. I'm so excited about what's coming up in 2020, Clear Vision 2020. So I'm excited and look forward to speaking to you guys soon. Be brave, get uncomfortable, and be brave with your life. See you next time. Bye-bye.